r/antiwork. Boss Steve Adore says, "This is how cashiers should be permitted to work. South African supermarket, 63 tills. Included photo." Eastern at 2612 says, "Do they have to stand in some places or something? If so, that's ridiculous and outrageous." Damn arrow to the knee says, "Kind of, it's more company policy in the USA. Some stores have chairs, some don't. But we have some weird belief that sitting is something only office workers should have." Commercial Box 4175 says, "The US is the only one who insists on standing for 8 hours. Kind Scratch 8195 says, "I have never seen cashiers forced to stand up where I live." Masquinax says, "It's true that you're not going to find cashiers in South Africa's major grocery stores having to follow bizarre usual anti-chair corporate policies. But that doesn't mean cashiers in South Africa aren't treated as disposable labor by their employer, because they are." QQQRRRS_ says, "With a chair without back support." Davidson says, "In Belgium the cashiers sit. Also they train the customer to bag their own shit." Alisurit says, "I'm a cashier and this is true. We have to stand our entire shift. It's bullshit and a lot of the customers even mention it. Yesterday they told us we can no longer have conversations with our coworkers when it's slow because a customer with a stick up her ass called and complained that we didn't pay enough attention to her. So I'm supposed to stand for 8 hours with no cell phone to look at and not speak to my fellow coworkers about anything non-work related. We asked the managers what about when it's slow? They said they'll let us stock grocery or something when it's slow. The grocery stockers make more than us, so unless they're gonna pay me more, I'm not doing it." Specialist Spite 20-64 says, "Once again this sub focuses on something so trivial." r/antiwork. Adsnoon 9734 says, "Competitive salary. Included photo." Suck My Fish Sticks says, "Competitive pay is corporate slang for pay you the absolute bare minimum we can get away with." Rusabu73 says, "We appreciate your interest Ms. Baz, but we are looking for team players to join our company, not someone who's just in it for the money." Thick_information_33 says, "You don't disclose information to the competition, duh." Adsnoon 9734 says, "We're a family here, which is why we won't tell you even the most basic of information." Kind Scratch 8195 says, "You don't talk money with family." Disastrous at 3461 says, "Corporate representative here, you see Karen, it's because, frick you. You could die on the job tomorrow from a stroke and we might have a 2-minute or less meeting where we mentioned you, but more importantly stay hydrated." Friskagorald says, "Competitive in the sense that they are going to fight tooth and nail to pay you as little as possible." Who_wife_is_on_mind says, "If the salary is competitive, that's telling me that it's not gonna be by the time I'm hired." Pass. Sashixt says, "It competes with a minimum wage duh." Thanatophobia says, "Meanwhile, in the Netherlands it's normal for a job listing to show a salary range. And years ago I was told not bringing up potential salary plus BENEFITS in the first interview is considered odd by ours." N says, "Because it's competing for the title of lowest salary for that job title. This true for every job, because that is how capitalism is designed to work." Rat_Melter says, "Competitive like a race, a race to the bottom." Perceptual_existence says, "At first I read it as competitive slavery and sometimes it feels like that. r/antiwork. Atom_and_MMA says. How many are in this situation? Lol. Included photo. Jorgle says. That red light is saying, stop. Just stop. Kimpinaslide says. I'm in constant physical pain. I work with the public, I love my job, but I get comments from people like you seem angry or you have bad energy, even though I never drop face at work and am always smiling and laughing. I have never been rude to anyone at work, but I'm always in pain. Lots of health issues, so it does show. Yesterday couldn't raise my arms, chest pain and headache. And some biatch is like, what's wrong with you? You biatch, frick, your mother. Revolutionary Tell 668 says. Many of zombie our way through. Raining Sunshine 13 says. This is me with my failing health continuing to work for health insurance because I'm not poor enough or disabled enough for any type of assistance. Newisha 55 says. I just fought with my landlord, who are saying they are not renewing my lease because of a business decision. I said they can either renew my lease or I will go to court as a disabled tenant because I have rights and protections in Colorado. They scolded me that I didn't read my lease, that I'm unhappy living here anyway, that I have a bad attitude and make too many maintenance requests. Yes, because that's going to make me skip off to a homeless shelter so you guys can stay in the black. I'm a business decision. Doesn't it feel great? Brutus Grigori says. 80% rated through the VAP. I'm one shoulder injury, neck issue or mental health crisis away from being declared unfit for work. At 34. And my therapist is baffled when I tell her that I want to die. Make the pain end. New Seaf Chaos says. Every single day. My health is going to the wayside. I don't have enough time off work to both attend to another household member who is having a serious health problem and attend to my own minor, yet numerous, health issues. Too worried that my partner will get laid off to quit working so I can focus on caretaking and myself. Can I do all the things and still come out okay on the other end? We'll find out. r/antiwork. JPPT 1974 says. Pay doesn't rise with inflation, then it forces you to take a pay cut. Included photo. Child of 1970 says. The rise with text would be better slanting up from left to right and pay cut down from left to right. It would visually reinforce the words. One Asparagus 69 says. I'm sick and tired of seeing this tip. What am I supposed to do with this information? I can't get a new job every single year just because I didn't get a raise or COLA that matches inflation. Crystal Rossaba says. Love the use of Microsoft Word font art. Discodrapa says. Hate the fonts, love the message. Xmutable says. Been asking my general manager repeatedly when I'm getting a pay raise, as inflation continues to go up and the job I work raises the prices of the food we sell. His response is to act as if it's completely out of his hands, when I know the mother fricker could approach the area manager and tell him how it is. Revolutionary Tell 668 says. Inflation was as high as 9%, so if you got less than that, you lost money due to inflation. Sailing Spark says. Yep, I got a 1C raise last year and a bonus equal to 3% of my pay. Inflation was 5%. Thanks for the 3.5%. Pay cut. Brutal Sock says. This thing is a graphic designer's nightmare. Bayabland1 says. I said this in my Glint survey after we got a 2% raise. 39 pennies do not help when things are this outrageously expensive. Ilil second says. Brought to you by Office 1997. Tone has changed says. Love everything about this message including the art. Tax Sister says. Been raised once last year, since I've started in 2009. Living Glitch says. 2.2%. Raise this year, when inflation is 9% plus. No complaints or write-ups. I'm working on a way to get out. That's all for this video. Was it good? I know not, for I'm a robot. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. This video is the product of an automated process.